Today we will identify variables, coefficients, and constants, and we're also going to solve simple equations. So a variable, it's a letter or a symbol used to represent a value that can change. For example, x. We can say x can equal 5, x can equal 12, x can equal a multitude of different things. A constant is a value that cannot change. 4 will always be 4, 5 will always be 5, 0 will always be 0. Coefficient is a numerical or a constant quantity, like 4, that can be placed before and multiplying the variable. So this is like the 2 and 2x. You're multiplying the x by this constant 2. So that is our coefficient. So let's say we have this equation, 3y plus 12. What is the constant? What is the variable? And what is the coefficient? The constant is 12. 12 is this value that will never change. The variable is y. It is our letter or our symbol. And coefficient is 3. It is the number we are multiplying our variable by. Now I want to go into solving some simple equations. 2x equals 4. Now remember, when we're solving equations, we want to get the variable by itself, and we want whatever we do to one side of the equation, we have to do to the other. So I'm trying to get rid of this 2 by the x. 2 is being multiplied by x, so I need to do the opposite to get rid of it. So I need to divide each side of the equation by 2. So now 2 divided by 2 is just 1, so here we're left with x. And 4 divided by 2 is 2. So x equals 2. What we did to one side of the equation, we had to do to the other. All right. The next example I want to go over is 1/2 x equals 6. So I need to get x by itself. So in order to get rid of this 1/2, I need to multiply by 2. So this is the same as 2 over 1. The 2's would cancel, the 1's would cancel, and we'd just be left with x. What I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So x equals 6 times 2, which is 12. All right. Now we have the equation 4x plus 3 equals 15. So now I have a few things over there with x. The first thing I'm going to do is get rid of my addition or subtraction. So since 3 is being added here, I have to do the opposite to move it over. So I have to subtract both sides by 3. Now I'm left with 4x equals 15 minus 3 is 12. Alright, now I still have that 4 by that x, so we need to divide the 4 out since it's being multiplied to x. Doing the opposite to get rid of it. 12 divided by 4 is 3. Alright. The next example I want to go over with you is 2x minus 3 equals 4x plus 5. So now I need to move all the x's to one side and all the constants to another side. So the first thing I'm going to do here is subtract 2x from both sides. I'm going to move my x's over to the other side of the equation. All right. Now I still need to get this x by itself, so I need to get rid of everything else around it, and I'm going to start with addition or subtraction. So since 5 is being added, I'm going to subtract it from both sides to do the opposite. Now I have negative 8 equals 2x. Last step is dividing each side by 2. Now x equals negative 4, and negative 4 equals x. All right. Let's go ahead and get rid of this side. All right. So now, what about 2 times 5x plus 3? Then we're going to add 4, and all of that equals 100. The first thing I'm going to do is actually distribute. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 3 is 6. And then we still have that plus 4 at the end. Equals 100. All right, let's simplify. Combine like terms. 6 plus 4 is 10. 100. Get rid of anything being added or subtracted. So since we're adding 10, we're going to do the opposite and subtract it from both sides. Now we have 10x equals 90. Divide both sides by 10. X equals 9. All right, nothing you guys haven't done before. Oops, oops. All right. Now for the last example I wanted to show you. 1/2 x plus 3/4 equals 5/8. All right, fractions. We all love our fractions. So let's go ahead and we're using the same steps, right? We're adding 3/4. We need to get rid of it, so we need to subtract 3/4. All right, now on this side I have 1/2 x equals. Well, we're adding or subtracting fractions with unlike denominators. So we need to have common denominators in order to add or subtract. So a common denominator here would be 8. I'd have to multiply the 4 by 2. In order to keep this equivalent, I'd also have to multiply the top by 2. So now I have 5/8 minus 6/8. 5 minus 6 is 1. The denominator stays the same. 1/8. Now, like we did before, in order to get rid of the fraction, we have to multiply by 2. Multiply by 2. 2 and the 1/2 cancel out. We're left with x. 2 times 1 is 2. So 2/8, but we definitely want to simplify to 1/4. X equals 1/4. If you need more practice, you can go to IXL under Algebra 2 and you can do sections B1 through B3. I'll see you in the Zoom meeting.